What is going on, everybody? It's me, Syfax. Hopefully, everybody's having a good midweek. Sometime in the middle of the week, we like to hang out or hangings. That's what we do around here. It's fun stuff. It's definitely a play on words. I swear, it's not racial. It's definitely not racial. It's literally because, in case anybody's ever wondering, because I have had people ask, it's like, dude, are you sure you want to go with that name? And I'm like, it's called Gallows the Media. There's a company I was trying to like kind of start, or not exactly start, but it was going to be like the brand. Like it's Syfax is the brand, but it's like the idea behind it was like to hang the media, right? So Gallows the Media, take the media to the gallows. That's the idea behind it. So in case anybody thinks any racial stuff, it's just a happy coincidence. No. But how's everybody's October going so far? We're about a third of the way through the month, man. It always trips me out because at my new job, there's a certain process that we go through every day that I always have to write the date down for everything that we're receiving. And there's some days where I don't have that to do. And then all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, it's been like 4 days. Like it's already the 8th. Jesus Christ. We're what, 23 days away from Halloween, which I don't know who's going to do the Halloween stream. It sounds like people are down. I got to check out what day it is on. Let's see here, the 31st. It's going to be on a Friday on top of that. Nah, that's going to be rough. So maybe we'll do a double stream. Maybe it'll be over on YouTube and chill, and I might do one after. We'll just like keep a party going because I'm not trick-or-treating. I don't know if you guys got kids. I think DK Bones might have kids. He's in the background. He'll be joining me here in just a minute. And yeah. So which is going to be a little bit different, which is I actually have topics. Usually I might have one topic and we never get to it, or two topics that we never get to. We got two topics and I plan on actually getting to them. And we'll watch like a trailer and whatnot. We'll hang out. We'll shoot the shit. Just hang out. It's Wednesday, just keeping it light. The other thing that happens in October is a lot of people do sober October. I just can't. So what I'm going to do is bender till December. I'm just going 2 months hard to make up for all the people that are not drinking this month. Just bender till December. Here we go. Here you go. Cheers. That being said, let me go ahead and read off some of the people that are here early because we might not have a bunch of people in the chat, but we have the best chat. I love my chat. I love anybody that shows up. You guys are amazing. Thanks for giving me any of your time in general and just hanging out and shooting the shit. We keep it light around here. We joke around. We just have a good time. If there's some bigger topics, I wish there was bigger topics to kind of bring up because, it's more interesting when there's like big movies dropping and, bigger news. Because right now it's pretty light out there. It's pretty weak. That being said, let's go ahead and say what's up to Ron E. Says, hello, Syfax. What's going on, Ron E? He's always here super early. I appreciate that. Hey, man, keep it up, brother. Got DK Bones. He's in the background. He'll be joining me here in just a minute. Let's see here. We got Extreme Meme with the pirate flag. Salute to you, sir, and the pirate flag. Let's go. Nestor Pinillo says, what's up, Nestor Pinillos? Glad to see you here, dude. Always good to see familiar faces. It's awesome. Oh, shit. What's up, Emily Kruger? Also someone who's usually here a lot. Keep it up with the streams. You've been killing it. She's always just like, you have like 3 times the amount of subscribers I do. She's doing something right. I need to take notes because whatever I'm doing, I'm getting like 1 subscriber every 3 weeks or something. I don't know. In theory, I'll get to 500. It's just going to take like 3 fucking years. Like I need to up the content. And people have been helping me behind the scenes. I've just been kind of lazy, and they'll clip stuff from the streams on Saturdays, and I'm like, man, I sound way too drunk. And it's like, wait, I probably always sound way too drunk, so I might as well just fucking post them. Might as well just throw them out there. Like, let's go ahead and clip the streams up. Tony, youthful Eagle, Elias, hail to you, Tony. Good to see you. A&D Studios says, hail, Tony. What's up, A&D Studios? And Extreme Meme says hello to everybody. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take that off the screen because I actually do have an intro for this guy. I think I've only played it the one time and he wasn't even here for it. So, you know, he finally gets like his own intro. If I can find it. What happened to it? Oh.
How you gonna up and check on yang? How you gonna earn now, dang?
It sounds amazing.
How you gonna earn
But
it
what
up?
the is he saying?
We just finished. It might be some turkeys watching. Let me do it again with these on. Gonna
Ain't
get.
that Tyrese?
How you gonna get?
Ain't that Tyrese? What's going on, DK?
What's up, man? What's up, bro?
how's the week treating you, dude?
It's treating me, man. It's treating me. I'm off tonight, and then I have some training in the morning, and then I'm off all weekend, going out to Tampa to
nice.
watch. Gonna watch.
Are you gonna be able to make Friday's YouTube and chill, or are you gonna be out of town?
I'm gonna be out of town. I'll be in Tampa. I'm gonna do the 49ers are coming into town, so me and the wife we're gonna be in Tampa all weekend partying it up. So
cool, man. Cool, man.
I was thinking of bringing my laptop up and
go for it.
try to stream, but I don't know. I'll try to do it. If I can make it, I'll try it.
There we go.
Friday.
I was almost gonna do a stream again where I was like, wait a minute, why does this feel weird? I'm like, I had King Style jump on one time, and like he was just in the background, and I forgot I can click on all these little buttons to change shit around. Yeah, and I was like, where is he? And then I just didn't click on it the whole time, and he was just in the background for like an hour, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Yeah. I swear I've streamed before, at least once, but minimum one time.
Yeah. What happened last night? DA didn't do his thing.
Oh, he didn't do one.
No.
Usually, like since my new schedule and everything, the only one I've been up for is Thursdays because like usually I'm trying to get to sleep by 10 now, just so I can get a full 8 hours of sleep properly because it takes me forever to fall asleep, and so I'm probably still not even getting a full 8 hours. But whatever, it's better than what I was getting before. I was getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, man. I was kind of all fucked up. But see who was strangling the cat. I mean, because DK was out there singing his heart out, dude. You didn't get it. You didn't understand.
Yeah, that was me, man.
Nesprino says he got sick. Ronnie says he wasn't feeling well. Oh man.
Oh shit.
That's not good. That's not good. AD Studios. Neither am I. Neither are you. What? Are you feeling any good, or you're not up late anymore? Is that what you mean? Because that's the only reason I'm probably not in chat as much, you know, unless I some reason have a change of schedule or something. Because even today, they asked me yesterday if I could actually come in early, so I would have definitely been not able to make it. I probably went to bed at like 9:30, but it takes me a good 45 minutes to get to sleep, man.
Yeah,
I'm never getting a full 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like the only time I can do it is oddly enough, and actually it still doesn't happen if I drink too hard, you know, which you might think I do, which that would be accurate. That's kind of fair, but it's like I don't get like blackout drunk. Like when I would first start streaming, I was drinking a lot more vodka and whiskey. Now I've just been drinking beers. They're a little bit stronger. They're cheap fucking beer. Don't get me wrong, but I had to stick away from like all the IPAs and those kind of ones because they're too acidic, man. I was getting like gnarly ass heartburn. I was just getting gnarly heartburn for like.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Dude, the buzz wouldn't even get rid of it. So I'm like, I'll just go to cheap beer that's stronger. And I'm like, it basically tastes like Coors Light, but it's 6% instead of 4.3 or whatever.
Right.
So there you go. It's an alternative to too much vodka and whiskey and all that. Like I'll be picking up whiskey soon for maybe actually this Saturday. For a sidecast.
I think when the weather I don't know. For me, it's like when the weather changes, like the darker beers I can drink, the IPAs I can drink. When it's hotter down here and humid, I got to drink the lighter beers because That stuff will mess
Yeah,
you
I
up.
mean,
Okay.
I could drink some of the more like fruity stuff when it's a little bit lighter weather, you know, like you start being like, yeah, margaritas actually don't sound too bad, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like every place I know around here has it's like their margaritas are they're like still too salty and too still acidic. Like they use too much
Oh
juice
wow.
instead of vodka or whatever, or whatever, or rum, whatever they're putting into it, depending on which
Yeah.
one you order. It's usually a type of rum or tequila, you know. Yeah, I think it's actually tequila. Shit, it's been a while since.
Yeah, it depends on it depends on the margarita. It depends on the tequila. If it's a cheap tequila, it'll mess you up.
Syfax has resorted to drinking Schlitz. Pretty much. I mean, it's just natty ice, dude. These used to be a joke back in the day, and I was like, I saw them for it was like $12 for, or no, it was 12 of them for $10 and I was like, I'm getting 12 beers for $10, so it's like less than $1 a beer. I was like, let me try these again, and when I had it, I was like, fuck it, man, like that's a steal. It's a steal, man. Other than that, like there was vodka over at Trader Joe's. It's called like Vodka of the Gods. It's only $11, and you get a full handle of it, like a big thing of it. And I was like, and it's in a plastic container, which is like always a no go. If it's in a plastic container, it's usually like that's gonna be awful. It's gonna be complete rot gut. And that one's actually pretty good. I was surprised. Like I was like, okay, if I'm gonna drink vodka, I'm gonna grab that. And then I just need to find like an alternative for like a cheap whiskey or whatever. Because any cheap whiskeys, they're not sipping whiskeys, you know, they're mixing whiskeys. You mix them with like whatever soda, and then you're drinking too much soda. Because I'm like, I'm gonna have like 8. I'm gonna have like 8 of these fucking things tonight. Like I'm gonna drink a 2-liter and all this whiskey. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Well, down in the south though, whiskey is like it's a thing. I had a buddy. He lives in Tennessee, and they got some really good whiskey down there.
Yeah, I've had some pretty phenomenal whiskeys over the years. I used to work with the guy that every Friday, like I don't know why he didn't adopt Whiskey Wednesdays, because that just rolls off the tongue easier. But he would call it Whiskey Fridays, more than likely because it's the end of the week and you can actually drink that hard. But he'd go to what's it called, Wine and More, and then he would pick 4 random bottles of whiskey. Didn't matter what price range. He would just be like, that one, and then he would have people over and we'd all taste test them. So it's like I've probably drank like almost just about every whiskey on the market kind of deal, whether they were good or bad. A lot of them were bad.
Yeah.
But then at his wedding, like he had like what's it called, Glenn something. Shit, why am I blanking on it? It's Glenn Levitt's. No, not Glenn. Whatever. It's a very, very expensive whiskey. It was like $800 a bottle type of deal.
Oh wow.
And I figured, oh, that's his wedding gift. No, he shared it with all his friends. And I was like, hell yeah, I've drank like $800 whiskey now. Sweet, because I'm never buying that shit. I don't care how good it tastes. I would never drop $800. Like I could become, I mean, unless I was a millionaire/billionaire, and I would do it like once. I'd be like, okay, I gotta try it. Why not? I can actually afford it. Let's do it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get in. I have 2 topics I wanted to get into. Well, it's kind of mainly one topic, but one of them is more just stuff that we already kind of knew, which is James Gunn's Superman lost money in theatrical run.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been seeing that. Glenn.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that.
Yeah, so I heard some people talking about it. So like at the new job I'm at, I don't get to listen to all the podcasts that I used to and like keep up with all of the news per se. But I whenever I'm doing deliveries, I can put them on, and then I got like 15-20 minutes. So I catch snippets of it. I'm like, so I'm trying to like, I mainly try to listen to it to catch something that I can do like my own streams about or whatever. Cause I'm like, all right, let me find the topics. Let me find something. And it's like, I feel like the last couple of weeks, every time I've been tuning in, it's just, people bullshitting, which is fine. It's still a good time to listen to, but I'm like, get back to the topics. I want something that I can take that topic and bring it to my audience, even though I know a lot of people kind of watch a lot of the same stuff, but sometimes they don't. Not everyone follows the exact same people. It's kind of like the idea of, doing radio show stuff. Like, you've heard the idea behind like why every about 30-35 minutes they kind of repeat the same thing. Because that amount of time there's a new audience there. It's kind of the same idea. So that's why you might hear a lot of your same content creators. I mean, if you follow a lot of the same ones, they're probably going to have a lot of the same talking, or like at least topics, maybe not talking points, which I agree with that in general. But what I like about it is you get a lot more different perspectives.
Point of views.
You get a lot more point of views. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
That. Go for it.
No, I was going to say, I wasn't surprised because I did a stream earlier. I'm not surprised by them losing money on this, especially with
the way, not at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to read the article. I'll read like 1 to 2 paragraphs. We'll comment on it until we basically finish the article or until it bores us, and then we'll talk about it. But I'll explain another thing that I want to get into afterwards. But I'm going to start out reading the article. So let me go ahead and share it real quick. That way we can have, let's see here, that Park Place. At Park Place, I mean, I think that's a WDW channel somebody. Yeah. They do some good work over there for the most part. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Let's see here. Can you guys...
Yeah, we can see it.
I need to find where the actual article is. Oh, I'm not clicked on it. That's why. Duh. Okay. Let's see here. What does that look like? Is that big enough for people to read?
Yeah, it's good.
Let's go one more. Okay. Let's start with the headline here. Oh my God. Ads. Go away. So many ads. Forbes claims James Gunn's Superman lost money in theatrical run. Report alleges DCU premiere 42 million alleges DCU premiere 42 million short of profitability. I think he meant no, I guess that's a decent size.
Yes,
I thought he meant to say DCU the premiere fell 42 short. Either way, it works. Whatever. After months of speculation about the financial outcome, James Gunn's Superman, a news report from Forbes has made the situation plain. The film reportedly did not recoup costs during its theatrical run. I think most people already knew that. But it's nice to hear them actually, realizing it or pointing it out. While writer Tim Lammers stopped short of using the word flop, his own math makes it clear that Superman lost money in theaters, and Warner Bros. Is now depending on digital and streaming sales to fill the gap. That's what they do pretty much all the time.
Yeah, but often all movies nowadays, and it's not even based on them watching that film. It's on subscribers for the freaking streaming network. So they might not even watch. They might not even watch the freaking movie.
Well, why would you buy it when you just stream it? Because you.
That's what I'm saying. Like in my stream, I was like, why would I pay 15? Well, I don't know how much it is out there, but it's like almost $15.
Like $15-$20 for the non-ad ones. They're all pretty much the same price now.
Yeah, but for I'm talking about for a movie ticket.
Oh, movie ticket. Yeah. Out here it's about 20. It's like $24 to $28 actually.
Yeah, well, why would you pay that amount of money for a movie ticket where you could pay that amount of money in the stream for a month?
And then just wait a month.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
Yeah. So.
And it's like, and then I can watch it comfortably at my own house. And so nowadays, movies and TV shows aren't water cooler talk. They're not water cooler talk anymore. You got to be on top of whatever the new thing is, because most people aren't on top of it either. They're consuming media in the same way that actually a lot of us are, which is YouTube And whatever's streaming on right now, they'll just sit there and wait. They'll be like, what, $20 for me, $20 for my wife, $20 for 2 of my kids. I'm looking at $80 plus popcorn, $160. But I already own the app. It'll take me 2 months. That if I just pay for 2 months, that's actually going to be, let's say it's $20. Let's say that's $60. I'm going to save $120 and just not take them the first day. Because it's not like a bragging right anymore, or like something that you feel like you missed out on. Like FOMO isn't really happening with movies and TV shows.
No, it's not like it used to be where, like you said, it's instant. Like back in the day, you're like, you had to wait. You had to wait. Like if it was a TV show like Friends or something was coming, a certain episode was coming out. Oh, I need to watch this.
Everybody would talk about Friends. Obviously, the last big one that came out that a lot of people would actually talk about, like I would call that water cooler talk, was Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is probably the biggest one that everybody would be like, everybody was watching it at your work. Everybody had something to say. Everybody wanted to be like, dude, did you see it? That was the last kind of like water cooler talk style TV show that's out. Now, when it comes to movies, I would say one of the last ones that was out there that people would actually, I would say, harp on and wanted to talk about, or wanted to be the first people to see it in general, is like you had to get a ticket, was Endgame. Whether like there's some people who push back against Endgame, but I would say that was the last big movie that everybody was like, I need to see it as soon as possible, because me and everybody I know is going to be talking about it, because everybody wanted to see it.
Yeah, because it was the build-up from Iron Man.
It's an end of an 11-year build-up. Like it's like, man, I got to hit that climax though, right?
Yeah.
Pause.
But no, you're right, and the way that he's starting off this, he's not the person that do DC. He's not.
Yeah.
And based on, I don't know, everybody was big on Peacemaker season 1, and I wasn't a fan of it. And I was
okay with it overall. Like the first time I watched it, I was kind of like apprehensive. When I rewatched it, I actually kind of just felt the same. I was like, this is a solid 6.5, 7 at best on a couple episodes at best for a TV show about a character that I don't really know or care about. I didn't like that they changed him from the movie. The movie version of him I thought was a little bit more serious and hardcore or whatever. Yeah. And then they turned him into a clown. And I was like, whatever, it's jokes. I usually used to like kind of more James Gunn humor. And then I would say Peacemaker is where it started to really fall off, because even the Suicide Squad movie, even though it didn't do well because it did the day and day release, right? So it was like released in theaters and on streaming services. So it flopped, but it still did like 350, maybe 400 million. So day and day release, I think, you know, they only had a couple movies that did that, and each one performed very poorly. They just realized like that's a terrible idea, because why would, let's say, a family of 4 pay all this money to go do that when they can just buy a subscription and get it for $15? Like that's dumb. That's stupid. Don't do that. Like it's just a dumb idea.
Well, my thing is like I'm going to give them a chance with Green Lanterns for the only fact that a recent article I seen was based on the one Green Lantern dying. It wasn't Guy Gardner. It was the one with the
Hal Jordan.
No, it's not Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan and what's his face were investigating it.
Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart are investigating it.
Yeah, it's that guy. Something Pierre is going to be Jon Stewart, right? The guy from
Neither one of them are going to die. Yeah, it's another Green Lantern. They're investigating his death in the universe. So
I'm not super familiar with Green Lantern stuff. I mean, I know the idea of the powers, and I've seen the shitty Ryan Reynolds movies, and I've seen him in stuff like Justice League, like the animations, like the animation movies. I've seen him there, but I've never read any of the comics or anything like that, so I couldn't really speak to any of those characters. But usually he seems like a pretty cool character, and it's like the idea of his powers and stuff is a cool concept that I just don't think has been imagined properly. Like
I-
it's literally imagination brought to life. That's
Yeah.
that has literally infinite possibilities. And so
Well, that's
when
what I'm
they're
saying.
just
If it's
like,
done,
hit them with a
I,
monster truck, it's like, that's stupid. There's way cooler shit out there.
and I don't know how much James Gunn is involved in the directing of that, but I'm hoping. I think it's coming out in what, January, February. It's slated for. So that's the last chance I'm going to give him. That's the last chance I'm going to give him.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll probably be keeping up with stuff as long as I'm still doing this. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I do
well, I'm
this
gonna keep
just
up
for
with it,
fun.
but it was like with with Star Wars right now, the freaking Star Wars
Yeah, it's like I'll
Mando.
still watch the new Star Wars stuff,
It
but it's
was
like, do I have any hope for it? No,
no,
absolutely
no,
not. I would like, if I was
yeah,
a betting
yeah,
man, I would bet against it every time, and
yeah,
then I would just
yeah.
double my money. Like, there you go. But let's see here. Let's continue on with this article. The
Oh, sorry
numbers
about
don't lie. According to Forbes, Superman closed his domestic run on October 2nd, 2025, after 84 days in theaters. The film earned $354.2 million domestically and another $261.1 million internationally, for a worldwide total of $615.8 million. Can I get over that 615, huh? That's an area code out here. I wouldn't recommend going there. No.
that.
But sounds impressive until you factor in the cost, which is what we
Yeah,
talk about all the time.
yeah,
Forbes cites a 225 million production budget and 125 million worldwide marketing budget. Figures first reported by Variety that puts Warner Bros. Total investment at roughly 350 million before residuals, interest, or studio overhead. Lammers notes that studios typically split box office receipts 50-50 with the theaters, meaning that of Superman's 615.8 million worldwide gross, Warner Bros. Would retain about 308 million. And I already know what they're going to say. It costs 350 to make. That's a shortfall of 42 million against total costs, and that's before any residual payments or additional expenses are included. In plain terms, Forbes has confirmed what many analysts already suspected. Superman lost money at the box office. Let's see here. How long is this article? I don't think we're going to keep going too much more. Let me go ahead and read the tax cuts. But what about the tax credits? Some might argue that Superman's production budget of $225 million doesn't tell the full story, since large-scale films often benefit from tax incentives that reduce net costs. In this case, Warner Bros. Filmed significant portions of Superman, Cleveland, Ohio, and Toronto, Canada. I don't know if you're supposed to split it up like that, but anyways, both regions known for aggressive film rebate programs. There's a ton of stuff that's actually filmed in Canada.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Ohio offers up to 30% in qualifying credits, while Ontario's provincial incentive adds another 20 to 25% on eligible expenditures. Not every dollar of the production qualifies, but industrial analysts estimate these combined incentives likely shaved 10 to 15% off the total budget. All right. That would reduce the film's effective production cost to somewhere in the 190 to 200 million range after rebates, a meaningful savings, but not enough to change the outcome when paired with Variety's reported 125 million global marketing spend. Superman still cost Warner Bros. Roughly 320 to 325 million in total. Even using those low numbers, the Forbes calculation still shows the studio taking in about 308 million from its share of ticket sales, leaving Superman at least 10 to 20 million short of breaking even in theaters before accounting for residuals or interest. See, once you do all the tax credits and stuff like that, hold on. In other words, even after tax breaks, Superman remained in the red from its theatrical run. All right, let's go ahead and remove that. That's pretty much what that whole thing says. But yes, this is what we talk about all the time whenever we're like, okay, it made 600 million, but it cost 300. All that means is technically at that point it would break even. But there are some studios like Disney for their first couple weeks or their first week in a theater run, they'll actually get about 60 to 70% because of a deal that they made with the theaters a long time ago. That's also why stuff like Disney gets like special treatment on, like, you know, getting all the IMAX screens or whatever. That's why when Tom Cruise had a big spout with them or whatever, when he wanted, because he wanted Mission Impossible to be shown in there, but Disney was having a movie going out at the same time. What was it, Lilo and Stitch or whatever the last one was? Like Disney gets preferential treatment because they made a deal along like a while ago. For their first week, they actually get like 65% or something like that. But it's still not enough to ever make most of their stuff break even. But how that guy just broke it down right there. That's why when we see something is 200 million and it makes 300 or 350, just because it says 350 and it costs 200 doesn't mean they made that, because people forget this. The main thing is theaters get their cut too. And 50% is pretty, that's probably about the standard. That's the easiest metric to do. Just cut it in half. Is it more than what they spent? Right there. Now, once you do that, now add in the production costs, because the theaters are splitting that production cost. So that's all on the studio. Once you throw that in there, most of these things are in the hole. Or at best, a lot of them barely make enough money to cover their catering budgets. Like that's a joke going around too, but it's true. Have you seen any of these catering budgets? I've literally been next door to just not a movie set, but it was a TV show called The Mentalist. And when I
I love that show, man.
Okay, so I was next door when they were filming, or like I was working on a job site when next door, and you were using the next door house for filming or whatever. And because they asked us if we could, not use tools and stuff for X amount of time. My boss was like, well, fuck this. If we're going to be sitting here not working, like my guys are going to eat. So we got to eat off their catering truck. And that shit was like, if I were to go to a restaurant, it would have been probably $80-$90. Like it was just steak, shrimp, salmon, all in like a good little box thing. And it's like everybody was eating that. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. It was all bomb as hell, but everybody on the set was eating that. So that's the kind of catering that they get. And that's every day.
Right.
So every single day is probably, $10,000 depending on the size of your crew. I mean, go look at the end of like a Marvel movie, and it's like 12 minutes of credits. Sure, a lot of those people are not on site because they're in a studio somewhere just typing away or editing and doing all that stuff, so they're not getting all that. But it's a lot, if you're dropping 80 to 100 grand a day on catering and you're filming for 30 days, you're
but I'm pretty sure
$3 to $5 million.
I'm pretty sure when they made like the 10 Commandments, there's people catering for that. Back in the day, they didn't care about, I'm just saying, like they put everybody's name on the freaking credits now. Compared to
everybody's there. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, not everybody's getting that $90 meal. Not everybody's getting it for sure, but for the most part, and sure, it's kind of a joke, but it's very true because I've seen these meals, I've eaten these meals, and they are not cheap. No,
I'll take your word from it because I live out here in Podunk, Florida, so.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was just one experience, and that's like I would consider that like a smaller show. You said you like the show. I've never seen it. I don't even know if it's any good, but I remember the name of it.
Yeah, it was a decent show. I think it lasted like 6 or 7 years.
That's not a bad run for like what you'd probably consider that procedural television.
Yeah, that's a basic. Yeah, that's a good run. I mean, if you're making 7 years, that's decent.
That is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Well.
But you're saying, what you were saying with Superman, you're not surprised with how this goes back to the basis of the public trusting media.
Yeah, like, so the public doesn't really trust the media in general. Like,
exactly.
The most part they don't. But what I always find annoying is the people that push back against it, saying like, "Oh, well, check out the numbers, douche," or whatever. And what I really don't like, and this kind of actually goes for even people like Asmongold and whatever. It's like, unless something big says this. So Asmongold, like, obviously has a ton of followers, so, or whatever. So whenever he says something and like confirms something, you're just like, okay, people are like, okay, finally somebody's talking about it. It takes big names like that. So when Forbes, you know, the ones who report on the Fortune 500 people, and they also report on, like, you know, the top 30 most wanted millionaires or bachelors in the world, whatever, like they deal with big money stuff. When they come out and they're like, yeah, that's not good, like, now it's like confirmation. They don't believe people like this who just run the simple numbers. None of this is hard. It's not like it's not the hardest math in the world. Like, if I give you $5 and then in 3 years I tell you here's $7, you're gonna be like, that was a shitty investment. Like, what the hell, you know? And that's what's happening with these companies, but they're doing it on a much larger scale. They're like, you know, because all these people they're all in debt. Like, almost so many of these studios are in debt,
and they're doing like the whole thing, funneling money to one business to another business to try to make it seem like they're making freaking profit. Like they're freaking mobsters or something, and like they think people are stupid now. Like back in the day, you didn't have the technology to follow companies around to see what X, Y, and Z were doing. Now you do.
Yeah, well, that, not just that, you didn't have the instant access. Most people have like that instant access nowadays, to where you're like, I know what's going on. You know, there's so many people who have gotten into the stock market game and all that stuff who weren't really thinking about doing that. And now there's a ton of them out there, and some of them are doing well, some of them whatever, but they still learn how to read it for the most part. And they know, hey, certain things aren't working out here. There's a reason this company's doing what they're doing. This is a reason why they're not releasing a movie here, but they actually are releasing it here. It's to make their quarters look different, because big companies like that, they operate in quarterly fiscal years.
Right.
So, let's not release this thing that's definitely going to be a flop, because we have another flop on our thing here. You know, our board meeting is going to go horribly wrong, and we can't sit there and talk our investors into continuing to invest and whatever. So it's basically fudging the numbers, but it's just like, down the long run, how long can you keep that up until it all catches up to you? And I think some of these companies have, you know, they went around the fuck around phase, and they're about to find out. You know, I don't know how long, because when you're dealing with that large a company and that big of numbers, you get there's probably a ton of fucking wiggle room that they can just, we have, and you get enough lawyers behind you to be like, look, we found this article here, then we can claim this while doing that, while moving that, and all of a sudden we got another 2 years in the books, guys. Let's go. You know,
but I
can
think
only do that for so long.
But I think the what's his Sanfros, or the guy that's in charge of Warner Brothers now, I think he's smart, and I think he's trying to sell Warner Brothers at a certain price, because he's already splitting it from Discovery Warner Brothers to the studios and the production side, Warner Brothers. So he's going to sell it to either Netflix, Sundance, or whoever the highest bidder is going to be.
Well, the smartest thing any of these companies should have done and could have done was sell the rights to it. You know, like sell them that, like, okay, you can use it, you know, but obviously have a little bit of oversight over it so they don't cripple whatever they got going on. And then that's just free money, like, kind of. It's like, okay, well, as long as it does well. I mean, other than that, it's like, then it's the other company's loss.
But the only problem is that
you like rent the rights to them, or whatever it's called. I can't remember the right wording, but
I think the only problem with that right now is everybody got on that freaking DEI hiring bull crap, which is losing. It's not even just losing movies; it's losing TV shows. It's losing video games. People are just like, I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want to see it.
yeah, most people are checking out of this stuff because I mean, I've literally seen a ton of posts where it's just like I can't turn on the TV without seeing some gay shit, and it's like the craziest thing. You know what? 95% of people out there in the world are not gay, and some of them just don't want to see it all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're homophobic. Doesn't mean they hate it. It's just like, why is everything gay?
Yeah.
Why is just all of it though?
Yeah, and that's the issue. Like the episode with Peacemaker, first season 2.
Yeah, it's like you see more dick than boobs. Like why?
Why?
And
then the boys, like, and the boys on was it Amazon? The boys was on Amazon.
Boys, Gen V. It's like it's all skewed towards like. Let's just be honest, towards the left, right? Where it's like, oh, this is what you guys want, right? But it's like those people, shit, you know what? Those people aren't watching that shit. They're out there protesting. Like, what are you talking about?
They don't care about that
your shit.
I have another. I did a stream. I wish you were on there or DA or
when you do yours, it's usually at like 3. I'm at work still, so.
But then the governor candidate out there, the female Porter or whatever, I don't know if you heard of her, but I just heard of her this week. She's a freaking nutcase. She's running for governor out there, and I'm like, holy shit.
Extreme meme, thank you. License, not sell. Yeah, so they license.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You're right. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you very much. Bootzilla says extreme. For some reason, when I'm clicking on the names, they're not popping up. Hold on. There we go. Bootzilla Extreme. That's what's up. I'm also skipping the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie because I heard that it's going to be a Rey film. Yeah. The main things that I've heard about it are it's basically the same story as the Mandalorian and Grogu film. Like it's transporting somebody around until they get to wherever they're going, and the theory is that wherever they're going is going to be to Rey, because all roads lead to Rey, right? The most uninteresting character. Like,
that was the one thing.
It's just what's allocated, not how much was actually spent. Was this movie made within budget? I mean,
which one? Which movie is he talking about?
I'm assuming he's talking about Superman.
Superman.
Wait, didn't Suicide Squad only make like 150 box office? I don't know. I thought it was over 300. I thought it globally over 300. Which then you take away 50%, then yeah, it would probably be around 150. Not great. And who knows what it did in sales. The problem is, I think those were like that movie and what was it, Mortal Kombat, were kind of test runs to the idea of, hey, can we do day and day release? Like it could be day one on this or day one and day release. Like, and obviously, I think anybody with any lick of common sense could have told them like that's going to be a disaster, dude. Nobody's going to pay. Like nobody's going to do that. That sounds like an awful idea.
So my question is, so he fast forward the new Superman project for what, 2027? It's coming out 2027. He fast forwarded that. So is he gonna learn from this leading up to the next movie? Like, is he gonna change anything? Because the production, they don't start filming until what, next year, I think.
Something like that. I mean, he has to start introducing the Trinity, right? He needs to get Batman in there. Yeah. He needs to get Wonder Woman in there. Those are your top 3. That's at least what Snyder did. He at least did that kind of right. You know? Yeah, each one of those 3 movies. I mean, I guess they're technically wasn't really a Batman one. Batman just showed up in Batman vs.
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah. So like them streamlining the Justice League wasn't a great idea. But if they did Batman first, but Wonder Woman was fine. Like a lot of people liked Wonder Woman other than the 3rd act. But it's like most people still gave it a pass, even with Gal Gadot's terrible acting. But it's like
you gotta find somebody else
acceptable.
Yeah. But my thing is, and a lot of people are telling me this, they're like, they're not sold that Matt Reeves' universe is separate than James Gunn's.
Than James Gunn's. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Like, I don't know how you do it correctly. I mean, if anything, would it
makes no sense to have two Batmans.
with the idea of Peacemaker being able to go to different worlds through his portal and whatever, like introducing the portal basically it's a multiverse. It's like they introduced the multiverse, so you can
like Loki
intertwined in some way or in some form. But I don't think just because the Batman, the first one, like with Robert Pattinson, like it did okay numbers, like it did pretty decent, but it's like it still wasn't like, it's not $1 billion. And that's the thing. All these companies are making movies that they want to make $1 billion on. And whether it's superhero fatigue or just movie fatigue in general, these movies
I don't think $1 billion is a goal that they should be trying to achieve. I think
they absolutely shouldn't. Their biggest thing that they should be trying to achieve is lower budgets.
Lower budgets. And maybe
find a way to make these for 80 to 120, 80 to 120 million. And then from there, build it back up, build it back up from there. Maybe, and then, have your big team up movie or whatever. That would be the smartest way to do it.
I think DA did it. I think it was DA or somebody. They showed an interview with Mel Gibson and him showing his production, how much production costs and doing it in Romania or overseas compared to doing it over here in the US or California, for instance. It costs them cheaper for them to ship everybody else out there to film out there.
Oh yeah.
And you can make it. You can make a decent movie. His movie coming out, the Christ movie coming out, I guarantee is going to make money. Period. Because people are looking. People are looking forward.
Right now, the whole I'm not super religious, and if anybody is out there, hey, good for you. And I'll even say, God bless you. Good for it. But at the same time, even the last one did really well. But I would say right now, in the natural zeitgeist of what's going on in the world, like the idea of Christianity and stuff is kind of blowing up. Like there's a lot of people, especially after the Kirk stuff, that are like, hey man, I went to church for the first time in 15 years or some shit, and it's like, hey, it got out there, whether you're into it or not, you can't help but acknowledge it. Like, it happened.
But no, I'm just saying, like these production people, like you said, they need to cut their prices, and you need to stop paying certain things that are unreasonable in some of these production.
That, and certain places have certain different taxes and all that stuff. Like filming in California is just like it's out of the question. Even though we have some of the most beautiful landscape, everything's pretty fucking nice looking out here.
Yeah,
it'd be the greatest place to fucking film, and that's where Hollywood's already at. It wouldn't take you too much. It shouldn't take you that much money to take all your equipment, like I don't know, down the road to whatever mountain range, to whatever beach, to whatever. No, it's like, how is it cheaper to fly all that shit to a whole nother country? More likely that country doesn't even have most of that stuff that you need to do all that out there.
Right.
And fly your whole team out there and then do all that. It's cheaper to do that than simply film where you're living. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then it's not even doing stuff outdoors. Creating animation in California. Like with
dude, our electricity costs in general, which is what fuels animation, right? Because like animation costs so much to power and everything. So any of those studios and stuff are using enormous amounts of electricity to do shit. And it's like I think we're at a point where it's either 20 or 25 cents more per like whatever it's kilowatt or some shit, whatever it is. It's stupidly high compared to other states. Like there's some states out there where like even where I'm at in Chatsworth, it's like our electricity bill is about $250, $300, and that's with 3 people in a warehouse. But it's because we use very minimal stuff. Like I got my TV running, computer. There's like 2 other computers and TVs. That's about it. and sometimes we use power tools and whatnot, and a refrigerator, like little bit of lighting, very very minimalistic kind of stuff. It's not something crazy, but I've seen people out here with like $1,200 electric bills, and they just have a 4-person house. Like, it's fucking insane.
Gosh. Well, everybody hit that like, subscribe, share.
Absolutely. We're coming up on 1 hour. Usually I only do an hour for this, but I did want to go over one more topic if you're down. I was going to play the Badlands trailer for Predator, and there's an article, and then we'll just go over it real quick. We'll just knock it out in like 15 minutes or so if you're down.
I'm good.
You good? Okay, cool. Let me get the Predator Badlands trailer. Let's see here. This is the new one. I watched it with Angel on Monday, but I mean, you might have been listening, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Stacy Gardner says, "Extreme meme. Hello. What's going on, Stacy Gardner? What's going on, brother? Hello, all. Hey, Ron. Hey, Stacy. All right. Let me go ahead and share this out there. Boom. We'll just go ahead and play it in its entirety. Full screen it. That good? Boom. There we go. And so here's the trailer for Predator Badlands. This is the final trailer. I don't know what day it releases. I don't know if it's in, 2 weeks? Something like that. We'll find out. I'll probably say at the end. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to play the full thing. Let's go. So next month.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe, where everything is trying to kill you.
I need a hand.
You're here to prove yourself. Hunting something that can't be killed. We might not be alone in this hunt.
Yaslan so ince. Det jediolay çiş.
All right. Well, shit, man. Wait.
I liked everything except the android.
Yeah, the android is kind of whatever. I think it's supposed to be a Wayland Yutani thing from Aliens, though. It's supposed to be an android from them. So they're still trying to cross over the two franchises. That's okay. More likely my guess with that. And that seems to be the general consensus that I've heard a little bit about. And okay. I mean, I like the big creatures. That's cool. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know that I like that they talk. And then even though it's obviously it's an alien dialect. So it like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm okay with alien dialect. I don't know how I feel about it being from like the Predator's perspective. That's not totally a bad idea. But you ever seen the show Primal? Like the cartoon?
Yeah.
Like they did so much with that show, and they showed so much emotion and so much like you understood everything that was going on in the character's head with no dialogue. Like until the second season, there was like Yeah, it was all emotion. It was all just like what was
Yeah.
going, like the rage and whatever. And it's like he interacted with a dinosaur, and you still understood even the dinosaur. So it's like you
Right.
can do this stuff with no dialogue. You can do it, and you can pull it off. There is a way to do it. So I feel it kind of like a like
When they
it's
did it
weird.
in the first, what they did in the first two Predators, where they didn't do it.
Yeah,
Well, not
there's no dialogue, and but you still knew like
yeah,
whatever, like you understood, like something as simple as the predator only hunts with honor, right? So they
yeah,
go off the honor system, where it's like, okay, if you're too weak for me to fight, like I'm not even going to fight you. Like
yeah,
that's something that was super interesting about the predator and like their
yeah,
species is like
yeah,
we're hunters, but we only want to fight the best. Even if we come to your planet, we're not just going to slaughter you. We're going to find your best people and we're going to fight them, and we'll make it fair. Even like we'll discard weapons and we'll be like, let's go,
yeah,
let's box it out, let's see what's up, let's see
yeah.
what you got, let's see what the best of the best got here, let's see what's up. And I was like, that's a cool and great concept. So I don't know how well that's going to work with this, watching like the runt of the litter, because that's what it's been claimed as.
Yeah, that's
Here's the other problem is I do have an article about this, and this is the other article that I wanted to bring up. And so I'm going to go ahead and read through this article real quick, just so we can have context about what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Let's share this article out there. This is from Bloody Disgusting. I think it's kind of the same article that a lot of people have been either talking about, but I heard people talking about this in general because it's quoting the guy who made the movie, and we'll see. So, see here, the title of the article is "Producer Explains Why Predator Badlands Was Meant to Be a Boundary-Pushing PG-13 Movie." So, this is where I'm kind of having problems with, because it's going to be the first Predator movie that I believe is PG-13.
yeah, because
Like,
all of them were R, right?
they're all R-rated. Yeah, and he explains why in the article, but I mean, I couldn't help but like when I read PG-13 and the words Predator, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that doesn't even. That makes no
Like,
sense. It's like Aliens wasn't even a PG-13.
like the Predator wants your children. Predator
Yeah.
wants your children, dude. That's what's going on here. I mean, that's just the obvious Hollywood push. But I mean, he explains more later. But I just thought that was funny. It's like Predator Badlands. Predator Badlands. It sounds like Hollywood. You could call Hollywood the Predator Badlands. Like,
Yes.
that fits.
That
You can look under the definition of Hollywood, and it would say Predator Badlands. Like that's what you would get.
Yeah, that's a good lyric right there. Yeah, Hollywood is the Badlands right now.
Yeah, and the Predator Badlands specifically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there are a lot of predators out in Hollywood.
Yeah, so I mean, like, maybe it's a jab at them, and they don't even realize it. Maybe the guy's actually super based. Maybe he's super based.
Oh, Uncle T.
Here, Uncle T, I saw that. I'll read his comment here in a second. Let me go ahead and read through like just a couple paragraphs, just so, because there's a couple things in this first stuff. Outside of the Alien vs. Predator mashup movie, the core Predator franchise has always been a R-rated affair, and director Dan Trachtenberg, two contributions thus far, Prey and Predator Killer of Killers, have carried that very rating. But it seems Trachtenberg's next Predator project, Predator Badlands, will be an exception to that unwritten franchise rule. Predator Badlands looks to be a PG-13 affair, and that largely seems to be because, well, that's the movie Trachtenberg always set out to make. The key here, there are no humans in the movie, which means the violence is all creature on creature or android related. So even the humans you saw with all the guns, those are all androids.
Those are all androids. Okay,
those are going to be androids apparently. Because I was like, when I read that, I was
seven
dudes with guns. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
As producer Ben Rosenblatt explained to Bloody Disgusting during our visit to the Predator Badlands set, we don't have any humans in the movie, and so we don't have any human red blood. we're hoping that's going to play to our advantage, which is a way of answering your question. How hard are we going to go? You're not. I can tell you this right now. Anything that's been done that's PG-13, I mean, just look to horror movies in general. Horror movies is a great example of this. Whenever a horror movie should be probably R-rated and they go PG-13, like look at Megan, for example, right? Like that's a new one that actually people kind of like the first one, but most people said, oh, it would have been so much better if it was R-rated. And it's like, there's stuff like this where your main, I guess there's your protagonist is a fucking like the most skilled hunter out there who's only trying to fight the best people out there. You don't think it's going to get bloody? You don't think it's going to get crazy? Their way of dealing with that is like, oh, it'll be bloody, but it'll be green blood. And like, so, I mean, it could work. There's a possibility that this works, but it might work in the way that like Prey, because at least Prey was rated R. So you had like people's like heads explode. There's bombs going off. There was some, you're like, all right, that kind of makes up for like the kind of overall bland storyline of like this chick outsmarting a predator. Like, it doesn't kind of work. It doesn't hit the same as like Arnold and them figuring it out and going all like war painted out and stuff. It's just, I don't think they'll ever capture that magic again in general. That's kind of like, hey, once it's been done once, you can't really reopen the box. It's like, oh, okay, how do we do this? But this kind of starts to fall into the same thing that I've noticed that a lot of movies do in general, which is there's a story that's out there that somebody once made. This sounds like it's a story that it's a runt of the litter, or it's like the disgruntled son who isn't the same as the rest of the sons, who wants to impress his dad or become one with his tribe kind of deal. And instead of being able to just make that movie, they have to put it under an IP that people know. So then somebody will actually go and watch their fucking movie. That happens with so many IPs in general. Like they're just like, oh, okay. And you're wondering like, how does this fit into the Predator franchise IP in general? And they're like, well, technically it probably doesn't, but we can CGI the hell out of the guy and just make him this very generic looking fucking predator. Like, I don't know. Give him a mask. Like fucking A.
But my whole thing is this a youth predator? Because he looks totally different than the other predators.
So there's another article out there. There's actually like kind of a lot of the script is already out there that people have picked up and read. And it's like, he's like the runt of the litter kind of throwaway cast off. And like he chooses the planet, like the planet that he goes to is like they call it like the planet of death. And cause he wants to hunt the hardest thing there or whatever. And I have a feeling what's going to end up happening is the hardest thing to kill there is going to become his friend. And like, he's actually going to like they're going to merge together and then they're going to fight against the real threat or whatever. It's going to be, it seems very predictable once you hear that. And then you see that trailer, because at the end, there's the big monster that it looks like he's going to fight that doesn't kill him in that trailer. And then it fights a robot at the end. So it's like, oh, we team up and we fight the real threat, the bad alien androids who are all white men. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't.
So it's their way of doing that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is. Like, I would, you know, I'd be willing to put money on it, like, like easily, because that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's Disney run now, so you probably not that far off.
Yeah, so it's like, as much as like it is a better second trailer in general, like it looks like a good trailer. Like it just, I mean, it looks like it could. I'm hoping it's just fun and it's not overloaded and saturated with stuff like that, because then I could sit there and actually enjoy the movie a little bit more. But if it starts leaning into that kind of stuff, and then how does the half android play into it? Because it's like, that's like Death Stranding. Like, what is the android doing there? Like, why even bother?
It doesn't make no sense. And
it doesn't.
No, even in the trailer, like the first trailer doesn't make sense. And this trailer still doesn't make sense to have that android in it. Not like she's a reject. She's probably a reject from the androids or something, maybe.
So there are some good quotes here that I do think, hey, like, okay, I hope it works out, and I hope they're right about it. Like this right here. We're going to go as hard as we possibly can within those constraints, and we think we'll be able to do some pretty awesomely gruesome stuff. But colors other than red. So yeah, it's, I mean, we've seen that in plenty of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, there's technically it's a violent movie, but because they're killing bugs or aliens or something like that, they get away from being like, but it's not humans though, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, it's obviously on an alien world, and then the other humans there are androids. I guess that works, but you know, PG-13, I've noticed just about any movie that kind of restricts itself like that, you can tell that they wanted to go harder, you know. And it's like the only reason you could get this made is more than likely the original story that's actually out there that they adapted into a Predator story was like a it wasn't R-rated or whatever. So they're like, well, how do we combine this story that will never be made because nobody will ever fucking watch this shit into something that people would actually watch, you know? So they take, it's like whatever the story originally was, it's like, oh yeah, a guy battling his demons against his dad, you know, he wants to prove himself to his dad. Like, how does he do it? Oh, he escapes to a different land or whatever. It's like, well, what if we just make him a predator instead? And then that way you can justify all this instead of making it an imagination story where he's battling against his dad or whatever. So they turned like that's more than likely what happened. That's what happens with so much of this shit. Like, you can see what the original story kind of was, and they're just like, well, what if we throw this IP into it, and then we can shape it to look like this movie, and then whatever, they can sell it.
Right.
So he says, we'll see where it ends up, but our hope for it is that it can be PG-13 that feels like an R. That's kind of our hope, and really, that's about is to be broaden out the audience for a movie like this. The MPA is indeed historically more accepting of the violent dispatching of non-humans, with Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino's From Dusk Till Dawn being a particularly notable example of the horror hack of using non-red blood. The monsters in the film bleed green, which allowed for the Dusk Till Dawn to push the boundary to bloodshed without being slapped on the NC-17. It was still an R. The film was, of course, very much a rated R fare, but it's a good example of being able to work around the MPA's appetite for gruesome material. With only monsters and androids being dispatched in Predator Badlands, the film should be able to remain a violent Predator movie within the confines of the PG-13 classification. Predator Badlands will release in theaters on November 7th, 2025 in IMAX, Dolby, blah, 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 all the screens. There you go. That's a good short little article. Look, I don't mind. The idea of that is fine. Like, how it's going to be portrayed, though, like, is it going to do the swing of a blade and it cuts and you just see a shadow of a head fly off? You know, it's going to be stuff like that, I'm assuming. Or can they get away? Like, how far does the PG-13 rating allow you to do stuff without it, like, compromising cool action scenes to where it's like, oh man, that would have ended so much better if I just actually like saw the satisfying ending to that, to where that also complements the rest of the battle. It's like, oh, the battle could be gruesome, punches, people landing like crazy hard blows, somebody getting a mace to the side of the head, and you see like a tooth fly out, but it's green blood, and it's like, okay, I could see something like that. But then it's like, oh, the end of it, it's the head flies off and it's just in the darkness. Some stuff, I mean, it can work, and I hope it's decent. But if it's going to be the same quality as Prey, but without the R rating, because that's what it sounds like. The story itself basically sounds the same, except from the Predator's perspective, instead of whatever, an indigenous woman, whatever you want to call her. It just sounds the same, but with a worse rating, and you're going to get actually less of the cool shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It looks like there's cool monsters. I'll give them that. They look good.
But why are they staying away from the R rating for Predator? That's my big.
That was my joke earlier. It's like, hey, they're coming after the kids, right? because that's how you do it. Yeah. But at least, to be fair, at least it's for teenagers, right? And I think by that age, like violence is more accepted and whatever, and teenagers are already watching that stuff way before you're 12, 13 years old. You've been watching that shit since you were 7, 8 years old. Come on, we all did. It's not that big of a deal. I don't find too much offense in that, or like too much anything egregious in that, I should say. Like, that's not a big deal. But I don't know. The non-R rated, I'm still hoping it's good, because like I would say this, that second trailer actually got me a little bit more into it than the first trailer. The first trailer, not that great. That second trailer, it shows there's some cool creatures. Like, I still don't like the way that the main character looks, the main predator. Like, he just looks like basic predator. I can't. It's not even basic predator, because basic predator looks way the fuck cooler. Like, he looks way scarier. This guy just looks like beta predator.
Yeah, he doesn't frighten like the first Predator. Even with Predator 2, like he made you fearful. Like, oh crap, this freaking creature can come after anybody that's.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would probably agree. I mean, at least I know I feel this way. The Predator looks way the fuck cooler with his helmet on.
Yeah.
So to show 2 trailers with him basically with no helmet is kind of like, at the end of it, he's going to suit up properly into a predator, like a proper predator uniform, and be like, now you can go hunt on Earth, like something like that. Is that what's going to happen? It's like, we're sending you to a planet. You passed all the tests. You killed the main beast, or you did whatever. And then he's going to be like, I'm going to go fight the best people on Earth now. And then it's like, or something like that. I'm kind of wondering if that's how it's going to go, or are they going to lead it into a franchise crossover again towards Alien with the androids, because the androids are more than likely Weyland the Yutani from Alien. And obviously, with however people felt about Alien Earth, I thought it was kind of fucking lackluster as shit, but some people liked it. There was a decent amount of people out there that liked it. And so with the reemergence of that, and now this one coming out, there's a good chance they might combine them together. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But are you looking forward to it? What do you think about it?
Am I gonna go to the theaters to watch it? I don't know. It depends. I'm not like, oh yeah, I need to go run and see this. I'll possibly go see it to get content, but I'm not.
I'll mainly see it like I see a lot of things, because I got that movie pass. And if anybody out there is a moviegoer in general, and say you live around a bunch of AMCs, kind of like I do, I highly recommend getting the AMC pass. I think Regal even has one. I think most chains have one, and they'll be like the one that I have is about $27 a month or $28 a month. So just 2 movies at $24 a piece, like, it pays for itself. I just need to see 2 movies a month. Luckily, more than likely, there's usually at least 2 movies a month that I'm like, I'll go see them, and it pays for itself. So it's like, that's not a big deal. But Regal's probably a little cheaper depending on where you're at. I would look into them if you like to go to the movies like I do. Whatever. Obviously, also, like DK Bones just mentioned, I do it for content. Well, I was doing a lot more for content. Now, I don't know. Even the last couple of movies, I didn't even want to review them, because I was like, that was terrible. The only one I should have reviewed that I forgot to review was Toxic Avenger. Oddly enough,
was that?
That was actually fucking really fun. But it might have just been because the theater I was in, clearly we're all Toxic Avengers fans, because everybody was just having a blast. Like, yeah, I mean, it was still funny, but everybody was having a great time. Like, everybody was laughing, and just because it's probably one of the funnier comedies of the year. But you got to be kind of into that kind of humor or whatever. But clearly, everybody in that audience already was, because it was just a packed theater, and it was like 10 in the morning on a fucking Saturday, and the theater was packed. And I was like, oh man, no one just. It's gonna be whatever, and let me go ahead and check it out. And then boom, when I checked it out, and I was just like, I had a fucking phenomenal time with it. Like, it was just a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes like I've seen bad movies that because the audience around me made them like a much better experience.
Experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my best, one of my like, not my best experiences, but one that's memorable enough was that movie Thanksgiving. Not that great of a movie, but everybody in that theater was just having a great time for some reason. I don't know, and I rewatched it at home like when it came out a month and a half later or whatever. And I'm sitting there, I was like, man, I had a great time with this, and I put it on, and I was like, fuck, this is not that great. It's not very good. I was like, I just must have been in the right theater with the right people, man. I was just feeling it because I was like, dude, everyone's fucking jamming to this. Like, everyone's having a great time, dude. And then I watched it a second time. I was like, oh God. So I mean, not every movie lives up the second time. I can also admit that. That's fine.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Toxic Avenger. It happened to be like that was probably for this year. That was my most fun like movie experience outside of Final Destination Bloodlines. Like I really liked that movie. I just had a great time with it because also the crowd was having a good time with it, and it's probably one of the better Final Destination movies.
So
also, I'm a horror fan.
So the movie for me was F1. F1 was like
F1 was fantastic too. Yeah, that one was really good. That one, it was like that was more, I think, more of a personal experience for everybody. Like, not everyone's sitting there like cheering and going for it, but they're just like they're living the intensity as they're watching it because the way the filming was done was exceptionally well done. So you're just like you're kind of on the edge of your seat, just like fuck, we're going fast, even though you're sitting still. You know, like it gives you that kind of mindset when you're watching it. And then, of course, being in a theater with the amazing sound system and massive visual, you're just like, this is fucking cool. But But anyways, those were my two topics for the midweek hangings. Yeah, man. So thanks for hanging out, joining me, and whatnot. And yeah, dude, I was gonna say. Let's see here. Ronnie says, out of theater reaction. It sucked. You suck. That shit gay. I have no idea. But no, I'll be ending it up here in just a second. And then you know, in case anybody wants to know. No, I'm not gonna play the clip. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna play a clip. But this is just what like my weekends usually go like. So this is kind of my normal weekend or a day.
A pound of weed, half a gallon of Jack, 133 beers, I think they counted, and an ounce of Coke, and some Molly, and then some guy brought ketamine. I had never done ketamine, so we did that, and then poppers, and then half a tab of acid. This is after I won state junior year.
That sounds like a great week.
This is one night.
Just one night, guys. Just one night.
Just one night, man. Like, yeah, this
that's a rough night. I'll tell you what. Like, you know, it's rougher than that. The morning. That morning is fucking brutal. But
jeez, man. Jeez.
Well, thanks for joining me, DK Bones. Go ahead and shout out anything you got coming up. You got any videos, some live streams, what you've been up to, what you got going on, brother?
Just got a couple of videos I'm gonna drop today and tomorrow. No streams this week. I'll be in Tampa watching the game. I might do some live feed out there, depending on what's going on and how I feel. But definitely next week I'll do a live stream, probably on Tuesday afternoon or something. I'll do a live stream.
If people are not aware, DK Bones' schedule switches back and forth, so he'll either be live on Mondays or Tuesdays, and then vice versa throughout the week on alternating weeks. And then from there, like, so sometimes he'll be on streams with me, sometimes he won't because he'll be working. Sometimes he'll be on with Rockefeller, sometimes he won't because he'll be working, and vice versa all the time, every time, because man works hard. He's out there killing it, doing good shit. He's just started up. Well, he's been going, a couple months now?
Yeah. I've been doing a couple months, but I'm always on everybody else's stream. I'm in the chat most of the time at work, listen to everybody doing
Go
their
check out DK Bones if anybody, you guys, or any of you will be so obliged. I believe I have his link in my description. And yeah, I'm terrible at bringing him up on stream. Let's see here. Actually, I don't. I need to add that on there. My bad. I'll get it and I'll add it on, and it will be there for the next time. And then, yes, from there, you can obviously catch me anytime I'm drunk enough to jump on other people's streams. No, but also on Friday for YouTube and Chill. Tomorrow night, for Thursday night, I should be on DA's office for the finale of Peacemaker. It'll be the season 2 finale. I think I'll either make that one or we're all going to Tron Ares and then sing that. So we might talk about Peacemaker and Tron Ares. I'm not totally sure yet. I need to check the group chat to figure it all out. I might try to do both. We'll see. I don't know. But it's weird because we live on like opposite sides, but we meet in the middle there at Burbank. And then it's like, oh, we all got to go back home. It's like, I don't know if I'll be able to make it with the time constraints and everything with having to work and all that, but we will see. So I'll more likely be there. Like I said, Friday, YouTube and Chill with Rockefeller Plaza. Go check that out. And then on Saturdays, as always, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the SciCast, which will be a good one. I think I might buy some whiskey and get fucking plastered. We'll see. We shall see with that. Like I said, Bender till December. Let's go.
Gosh, bro.
With that being said, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I appreciate any and all of you for showing up, sticking around, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
See you, man.
Whiskey leader, wandering soul, to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got one more trick for me. I walked up, said, what's your favorite sin? She could have killed me with that smile. Said it's lost with the touch of rain. But I'm a glutton for love, so let's just dance. Next thing I know, we were burning up that dance floor. I didn't know what I was in for. Well, I might be an open sinner, but I know I'm no false saint. That wicked little angel's got me praying for some faith. $151 and a touch of fun got her going wild. Sin on my lips after just a sip, it's just her style.